So our problem, whoa, gone. That's where we're leaking. All right, guys, so what we're doing today is a fan clutch on a 2013 Cummins ISX in a Volvo. So it's gonna be a board warner part number. We're gonna take off the coolant reservoir, the fan shroud, charge pipe, and starting off, we're gonna get about 5 gallons of coolant out of it. Stick around. So get these 4 bolts out from the side, 12 millimeter, and the 4 up top here. Get those off first, and disconnect your sensor down here, and then we'll go over here on this side and disconnect these lines from that right there. Be tricky with those, be very careful. With these over here, you just want to unclip them. Come on. Be careful not to drop them. See that though? They just pop up. And this one's gonna pop down, so you gotta be careful not to drop it, so I'm gonna get 2 hands on that. But once you get them out, be easy with them, and you can kind of finesse them out. But they will just pop out. Just be easy with them. You don't want to mess up the seal inside there. There you go, nice and easy. They'll pop out. I'll do the next one too, and then get this cap off too right here. For this, you can just pull this straight off the bottom, and then you'll be almost free. After that, take it off. Next, you want to get the shroud off. So this is actually a part that'll come loose, so be careful not to lose that. And there's 2 up top, over there and right here, and there's going to be 2 down the bottom. See that little pole right there? There's a nut on the end of it. Bolt, you can see right there. So gotta get under the truck to get that one off, and then the shroud will come up after that. So we got the reservoir off to the side, and Allison just brought me this from good old Caitlin. This is our new one, guys, and we get new bolts or nuts for our fan. And then tell us about the hardest part, Allison.
The hardest part is these bolts right here. You gotta turn the fan and line them up to these holes right here, and then you gotta take them out. The first time I did this, I used a regular Allen and broke them loose, and by the time I got it all the way out, it fell. And at this point, I'm like, oh crap, what am I gonna do? But it's coming off anyway, so it didn't matter. When I went back, I take an Allen, I think it's an 8 millimeter. Anyways, you magnetize it when you put it in there, so it ain't coming off.
There you go.
After you get it good and started, then you can pull the Allen back out and not have to worry about dropping
Tricks of the trade.
And don't forget to put this in there whenever you're putting it back.
And what is that? That's just like an air seal?
Sleeve. So like pretty much line everything up.
Okay. It's got a little lube on there so it's going easy.
Yep.
All right, and then you're gonna need air. Like, we're gonna need to put air to that one if it's not, by chance of God, it might be perfectly lined up, but most likely it's not gonna be.
Yeah, if it's not lined up, just shoot air to it, and you can turn this until they line up with the
Okay.
balls.
Well, let's get some more parts. Thanks, Allison.
No problem.
All ISX right here, guys. YouTube channel. Anything you want to see about these engines, if you want to see Andrew from time to time, come check her out. But we're gonna get back to turning wrenches, pulling this apart. So you've got to come with your arm underneath here and kind of coming to the bottom down here, and you can get to these bolts that are going in. So those are out now. This is loose. Now these 2 right here, this one and that one, you just have to loosen them, and this will just slide off. They're open at the bottom. So we'll loosen up those 2 and pull this out so we can have the shroud pull forward so we can get to the front of the fan. So you see it has opening at the bottom, so you just pull it straight out. And now you have leeway to get to the front of your fan, get those nuts out, so you can get the fan out and the shroud out at the same time. Let's get to that part. There you go. This guy's clutch was a little bit beat up. Show us this, Allison. It came in for a rear leak.
Yeah, all the springs are out of it.
Oh,
This are messed up.
Goodness. There you go. Getting redone. Well, oh, what do you got here? Look at these toys Allison has, by the way. It makes life so much easier, because I was doing it with a 14 millimeter, and Allison's like, hey, I got something for you. She always got something for, hey, and the name change is gonna happen. So all ISX is gonna be Allison, all ISX. But we have this back now, guys. with that bar gone, this is out, and now I use a 9/16. It's easy. If you have some of Allison's cool tricks like these, it makes it a lot easier. If you don't, you can still make it happen, but this makes it a lot easier. Thanks, Allison. So even with these open and adjustable ones, or closed end, the closed end does not give you enough access to get to the nuts. So what I'm finding is just put the socket on there first, and then don't put the ratchet all the way in there, and you can get them out pretty dang easy. So I'm on to my last one. Wish me luck. Now you're gonna think there's no way to get this fan out, but you can. Just finagle it gently and get this behind your power steering reservoir, and just make sure you're not cutting any hoses. Keep it off this radiator hose, keep it off those reservoir hoses, and just be nice and easy with it, and it will come out. And now we can get to the front of it.
Alright, so we got a blower that we set up for this, so when I do end frames, I always check the fans before I put them on. So we just put a 1/4 inch fitting into the bottom of the air hose, so all we have to do is pull the trigger and it sends it straight in. I don't have to worry about getting up in the air hose and making sure I'm not leaking it out. This is direct to it.
There you go. And this is an 8mm, guys, Allen head, and you want to get it in there nice and deep. These are going to be tight. And we've already adjusted it. That's what she's doing right now. So when she did the air, I could move it, and we got the lines, the holes lined up perfectly with those Allens where they're at. So little tricks of the trade, makes it easier. And have Allison makes it real easy. So this is the perfect setup right here, guys. If you have a long Allen, if you have a shorter Allen, you can get away with the longer extension. But make sure, I'll show you right now, when you get this Allen head into this bolt, use your ratchet or a hammer and tap this in so it's seated nice and good so you do not strip this. If you strip this, you're taking off that whole assembly. You do not want to do that. So get it in there, and then just that one in a little bit further. Tap it in there so you do not strip it. The last one's out. There we go. Oh yeah. That O-ring's seen better days back there. As long as there's stuff inside of it. So our problem, whoa, gone. That's where we're leaking. Back to new. Before you get this new one back on, make sure you go ahead and use some compressed air. Clean out inside that hub, because there's a little bit of extra dirty plastic in there from that thing deteriorating. So we're gonna shoot that air in there, clean it out. Every truck is gonna be different, but this is a 2250 2012 build date, 45 foot-pounds. Look it up on Quick Serve for the clutch to the hub. It's different. It's I think it's 20 or 35 pounds from the fan to the clutch. So we'll got a nice combination wrench in there to hold it still, because it's going to move on you, and try and get 45 pounds out of each one of them and go back and forth side to side. Don't just go one after another. Here we go. Okay, moment of truth. We are torqued down. No air leak. Awesome. There we go, back in business. Let's get the fan back in there. In the new kit, they give you new hardware. So washer first, lock, then nut. Push it back in and put it back on carefully. Before you start threading on the fan, make sure that this is underneath that. Otherwise, if it's above it, you will not be able to get it back on. So before you get your fan threaded on, leave your fan loose and get the shroud underneath those. Fan is tightened down, and now we're going to leave these a little loose. Leave this loose, and even leave these two loose until you get the bottom ones lined up. They're going to be the hardest. You do $7 at Walmart in the oil change section. You get a 21 combination on it. It's super easy to get these on and off. And for the 2250 oil filters LF 14,000 NN, throw these on and get some new oil in there too.
And then got the caps to do the injector test?
Well, I do. But, well, I have the inside where I can run it, but for some reason in my inside it's telling me that, my engine brake, my brake isn't engaged. So I got a short or something.
Alright, and also check the little switch for your park brake. Like sometimes there's a little knob on the steering wheel. Is your brake lights on?
That's the kind of service you'll get, guys. She's trying to help him see if he's got a leaky injector out there on the road. So it's like family here. You call, they'll help you out. I'm gonna get this back on. When you're putting these guys on, make sure you leave them loose so you can adjust it and move it around. And you got to really get the threads into this one. What in the world? What in the world we got here? Man. You take this out to what, boondocks?
Yeah, everywhere.
Dang. What is this, snorkel system?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Man, we just had it over the water like right here.
What?
Yeah.
That's fun stuff. There you go. All the toys. Is it turbocharged?
No,
Just a regular?
The one over there is turbocharged.
There
It's
you
got a
go.
turbo on it. It's actually for sale if anybody wants to buy it.
Okay, okay. Call up Hey Guy, call up Andrew.
Fuel.
And there's a 40-inch tires?
Yeah, it's 24s.
My goodness. All right, back to this truck. That's crazy, Andrew, and you're crazy. So we're about ready to fire, guys. About 4 hours of time doing this. The only specialty tool you're really gonna need out of the ordinary is this 8 Allen, that's a long one. And you're gonna have a shorty extension on it, and then the ratchet. I didn't really use these. I used the socket, and I left it out of the ratchet, and used it that way to get the bolts off the front of the nuts off the front of here. That's the only things that were kind of tricky. That's our old one. So that was our problem. It deteriorated that thing. It should look like that on both sides. So hey, we're back in business. Till the next thing. Okay, let's fire it up. She is all put back together. Put a new fan clutch. About 3.5, 4 hours to get it done. Start to finish. We did an oil change in there too though, so. Got the oil all refilled. Let's fire away. That is what you want to see. Not spinning at 100 miles an hour anymore. That's a wrap, guys. Can't thank Hey Guy Diesel enough. They have really taken care of me over the years. Rebuilt my engine here, in-framed it in 6 days with them. Go look at a truck like that tomorrow, maybe. It's 2021 in January, and a year ago I was here rebuilding my motor. So can't thank them enough. Hey Guy Diesel. We'll walk out here and show the sign one more time, and it's about closing time. We got here about 1 o'clock, 1:30. Took us only about 3 hours on the fan clutch, but we did an oil change and all that kind of stuff. But there they are. Hey Guy Diesel. Check them out. Fan clutch repair and many other repairs I've done here. Starter, in-frame, anything. But great people. Treat you like family. Call them anytime and they'll help you out with anything you got going on. God bless you, and I hope you enjoyed that video. Think about subscribing. If you want to support the channel, check out justtrucking.shop. See you later.